Welcome back here. Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, live from Cam's Pizzeria in Camillus. For those that are watching, appreciate it. For those listening in as well as the people that we got to meet today. And I know your family's come out here in support of what you've done. You just had a birthday recently. Family comes out, shows you love for that, and definitely in being around them for 2 minutes, there's a belief in you that you can feel. They're already waiting for you to have your workouts, to do your thing. What can you say about family through not just football, but through life itself, that they just seem to show up when you need them most?
Well, I mean, in my family, that's what we pride ourselves on. We're very family-oriented, and I mean, everything I do, they have a big part in what I do. So they're always my support system and everything. So they're always gonna have my back, and I know that, and it's great to be around them. We always have good times, and they make me go harder. So
for a birthday now, what is something that's going through your mind on a birthday? Is it just that next opportunity? I mean, what's going through your head on your birthday now compared to maybe when you were a little kid? Because you want to play football, you want to play sports, you had an opportunity to play in college, but as you blow out the candles for this birthday, what was going through your mind?
Well, first of all, I'm getting older. If anything, I mean, I'm turning 23, but just being proud that I can spend another year, because granted, there's a lot of people that ain't made it to see 23. Just remembering stuff like that, and just knowing that, it's just another birthday at the end of the day, but you're blessed to see another day, so another birthday, should I say.
We were talking off the air a little bit about how your mom has instilled a lot of great things in you. To just go into that, and family is very important on my show, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. It's more than just sports. I mean, I realized 11 plus years ago that if you're a broadcaster, anybody can spew out stats, anybody can twist a story or do anything, but not a lot of people talk about the person behind the player that ran for 200 yards. So I want to talk about Mom a little bit and just what she's meant to you up to this point.
My mom, first of all, she's the strongest woman that I know, and she's done a lot for us. She's sacrificed a lot for us. So just for me, right now, just being older, turning 23, and just really looking back at really what she has done, and it's a beautiful thing, She's another reason why I do what I do, and like you said, she instilled a lot of good in us, a lot of good in my brothers and sisters, and she takes in anybody. I'm sure if she meet you right now, you would feel that. So my mom's just awesome. So.
Did you ever hear, if you were struggling on the field in any of the games playing for Syracuse, did you ever hear her voice when you were on the field? Was there ever something that maybe she said to you that kind of knocked you back into it and got you kind of over that hump, so to speak?
My mom is hilarious. I mean, she act like she really be knowing what's going on with football, but I know she really don't. But it's fine. She's trying to learn. But one thing that's in my mind when I'm on the field is just her little quote: "Hit them hard and make them fumble." She don't remember that I just run the ball and I don't hit people to make them fumble. But that's what she's been saying since I was in Pee-wee. So every time that I think about that, and my mom's saying something to me, that's exactly what I'm thinking about on the field.
So many people that I talk to in the football world, it's always about taking care of Mom. That's what you hear the most. And unfortunately, 95% of the people I talk to, you don't hear Dad, or maybe Dad's not there, but you always hear, I want to do something for my mom, I want to give back. What do you think about it in that respect at this point? Is there that notion of, I want to do this, and this for my mom. I want to thank her in this way. I mean, do you have that?
That's funny that you say that, though, because I was thinking about that when we were talking. I mean, my mom and my dad, we on the same level. I think the same for both of them. And I always bring up my mom because, I don't know, I'm a mama's boy. That's what it is at the end of the day. And but I feel the same way about my father, too. So I want to take care of him as well. And I don't just think about just my mom. At the end of the day, I think about both of them at the same time.
What can you say about Dad? What was he saying? I know your mom was always saying to you, hit him hard and make him fumble, even though you're a running back. But what are some things that you remember sitting in the locker room after a bad game that dad comes in your mind, what are some of those things that maybe he said to you?
You know, the great thing about my dad is that he don't say a lot. He don't say a lot. And when I come home, he just, hey, you got another game and show him what you can do. He's always just doing positive, positive encouragement and everything. But my dad, he's really not a talker. If you ever see him at the games, he probably won't even say nothing. He doesn't get hyped when I do anything. He's way more laid back. I think that's where I get most of my laid back swag from.
And that's what it seems like. I mean, when I talk to you, you always seem very mellow. I feel like if anybody has any type of insomnia and they just got on the phone with Prince-Tyson Gulley, and just, if you talk to them for about 5 minutes, what's going on? Just something like that. You could kind of lullaby them to sleep. But then you have those moments where you do get hyped, man. And there are those moments where, I have seen you really happy and really excited. How do you balance the two? I mean, is it kind of literally when it comes to you half dad, half mom? Because it seems like mom will be the one to let everybody know that's my son, where dad's like, everybody knows that's my son. I mean, you know what I mean? So what can you say about that?
It's just, like you said, it's half and half. I know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. Honestly, I pride myself with the relaxation. I like to be more relaxed. I am a mellow person. But when it's time to turn up, I know how to do it too.
When you look at the side of the type of running back that you are, it's something that obviously this team needs it, but every team needs it, is to be that check down running back. When the quarterback gets in trouble, you were the guy that Ryan, and I'm going to say Ryan Nassib because he did this a lot. Terrell has had his moments. He's been injured. He's been in and out. You had A.J. Long. You did something that not a lot of players get to do, and not on purpose, but you got to play with at least 5 different quarterbacks in your time because of injury and everything that went on. But I want to start with Ryan. He seemed to always trust you above anything else going on the field. He knew that he could look to you 2 yards out, throw that ball over, and he knew that you were going to do what you needed to do with it. I want to go into that relationship because I saw it on the field, but you knew it better than anybody, obviously.
It was more of a trust factor between me and Ryan, and it started in practice. You practice how you play, and how me and him practice. He always threw it to me in practice, and that's how he was in the game. He always knew he could depend on me at the end of the game, and I thank him for giving me that opportunity too.
Now, obviously, some guys could catch out of the backfield, but the thought about when Adonis was playing that there was work to be done there. Jerome with that, but with you, it always seemed like you had the hands when somebody needed you. You were the guy to kind of give the ball to, and that was an understood thing. How did you kind of train yourself to be that guy that has good hands? Because there's a lot of running backs in the world, but not every single one of them is a guy that you're going to throw to 5-10 yards out, but you seem to be that guy always. What was it about your game that you started to get comfortable with your hands in that area?
Let's kind of go back to me and Jerome, how Jerome helped me with the film study. That was just one of the few things that I needed to do to help my game elevate. But when it came to just catching the ball, I always knew that I could do that. That was pretty much my highlights of the game, running and catching the ball. And I always knew I needed to work on either pass protection and film study. So catching the ball was always just easy to me. I don't know. It just was.
Making it in the NFL, big thing is pass protection. Jerome obviously worked very hard in that area. Where do you feel you're at now leaving Syracuse as far as being a good pass protector, being somebody that can be that extra element of the offensive line? Do you feel like you've elevated to where you wanted to be when all was said and done?
Yeah, I think I have, because really and truly, the pass protection, my biggest part was I didn't know where it was coming from, and that was one of the things I had to work on. And as soon as I figured out that, stopping it was the next thing I had to do. So now I believe I can stop it because I'm a low man. The low man wins, and I can really get under people, and I just have to get up on them before they get up on me. And it helped me out with a lot of stuff. I think actually this year was probably my best year of protection. This year and when Ryan was here, but we had to really protect Ryan too. So you know how it is.
Out of everybody that you've ever faced, who would you say, when it came to protecting the quarterback, was your biggest adversary, but somebody that you were able to stop? I mean, when you look at Clemson's and the Louisvilles and the West Virginias and Pitts and Boston College and on and on and on, Florida State, who was one of those guys that you remember was a challenge, but you were able to overcome that challenge?
Honestly, I can't remember any names, but I know when we played Notre Dame this year, they ran a lot of like switches between like game blitzes and stuff like that. So it was, and they were very quick. So it was hard to protect them. But I did a very good job at stopping them. So.
As you look forward from everything that you had, we talked about playing with Ryan. What did he teach you? What was like a lasting impression from him to you? Because he's been in the NFL now for a little while. I firmly believe he's going to get an opportunity at some point. What did you take away from him when he left? Because I feel like we need to go deeper into Ryan, because we talked about it off the air, and I've talked about it with other guys, Sean Hickey as well, that when Ryan Nassib, if he walked into the room right now, I'd shut the mic off and let the man talk. I mean, I knew it from being on the media broadcasting side of it that when Ryan came in, it was time to go to work. If he came into Chuck E. Cheese, nobody's eating pizza. Like, it's time to go to work today. Get out of the ball pit. Like, you need to be real today. There's something about him that I haven't seen another quarterback at Syracuse have up to this point. What was that X factor from him?
That's just the guy he was. I don't know. It was every day. It was every day with Ryan. He would come in the meeting rooms, and he was just, he didn't talk to a lot of people. You can see how focused he was, and he expected the same. And I feel like the team, I'm speaking more on the offensive side, we all responded to that way. Look, we got to do our part, because we know Ryan gonna handle his business, and we got to handle ours. And it made us tighter as a unit, and that's why we were able to excel at the end of the year for that 2012 team.
What do you take from him? What is something, a piece of advice that he gave you, or something he gave you that you're taking today as you await that opportunity in the NFL, and knowing that there is adversity? Ryan had his own. Plenty of guys have had it before you. What are you remembering that maybe he said to you, or something that happened that you can take right now?
I can't remember exactly what he said, but you know how people, like, they say go and have fun out there, go and have fun out there. Now, don't get me wrong, Ryan had fun out there, but you could tell that it was a serious part of the game. It was a very serious part of the game to him, so he really took it very serious, and he always told me, if this is what you want to do, this is how you got to be. Because if you want to go to the next level, you got to be serious about the game. Go have fun, but you got to be serious. So, I mean, that's what I took from Ryan, and he showed it. And we had to show it when we was with him.
Terrell, Hunt, A.J. Long, Mitch Kimball, who's not at Syracuse anymore, but obviously got some time, and Austin Wilson. What's it been like post Ryan Nassib to have these four different guys who obviously have different skill sets?
It's been different. And I feel like with some time, any one of them can turn into the quarterback that they need to be. Granted, they won't be nothing like Ryan Nassib, just on the fact that they have different skill sets. And but it's been tough. But I feel like in the next couple of years, we'll find that guy that will be able to restore like a great quarterback in around Syracuse area.
Of all the guys you got to play with in your last season, whose leadership stuck out to you the most? Was there a guy that really knew how to command the huddle in your mind?
Within the offense?
Yeah, within the offense.
Within the offense, it was Ryan Nassib's huddle. It was just that's how we live. We lived through Ryan. Ryan, the whole team, they weren't very talkative. We just were all about business. But when it was time to talk, the only man I was talking was Ryan. So it'd be Ryan.
How is Terrell in the huddle, and what is different about it? And do you feel like he's been able to harness you guys, or do you almost feel like he's not quite to the point where he's been able to bring everybody together like Ryan did?
Well, the thing with T Hunt, as I said, he has different skill sets, but T Hunt, he's a very confident player, and he believes in his skill sets very much, and I think the biggest thing for him to probably work on, not saying that I know anything about what quarterbacks need to work on, but he needs to be more like focused about the whole team and get them under his belt, and then trickle down from offense to everybody else. Because everybody starts with Ryan. Everyone believes in Ryan, so that's the only thing I think that is different. We knew we could trust in Ryan. People are kind of like, we need Terrell to step up. Right now, is he or not? He's very capable, but is he? And we never really had that problem with Nassib because you always knew that he was going to do it. So.
What was it about Ryan that he was able to command that for you? Like you said, he didn't only have the offense, he had the whole team, and then it trickled down from there. What was it about him that got him to a point where when he walked in the locker room and he wanted to talk to you guys, you could be a defensive end, linebacker, running back, offensive tackle, but Ryan had your attention? What was it about Ryan that created that atmosphere?
With Ryan, you only getting one guy. It's one person. It's one Ryan. And he never changed no matter who he was talking to. And everybody respected that about him, and they understood his work ethic. He kind of had a little bit more free time in a little bit because he was a fifth-year senior, and he had already had his degree and stuff. But his free time, stuff that he would be doing, would be going into the film room or in the weight room. Like, he lived that manly. And when you see stuff like that, you have nothing, you can't do anything but respect that. And just know that you got to bring something to the table as well, because Ryan Nassib, our quarterback, he's going to be ready to play, so you have to do.
Do you believe, kind of my notion and what I believe, that Ryan, whether it's with the Giants or with somebody else, and let's face it, if Eli Manning throws 18 interceptions the first 5 games, like he's been known to do at times, make some of those mistakes. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen, but do you believe, whether it's with the Giants or with somebody else, that Ryan will get a chance in the NFL to be a starting quarterback?
I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly that he can get a chance, because he will demand, he'll make other players better. That's really key in football, especially on the offensive side, well, as a team as a whole. And that's what he's capable of doing, because they know he put in the work, and he's going to be worthy to be the starting quarterback.
When Ryan left, obviously you have to kind of take those reins a little bit as a leader. You said the team was looking for Terrell to do a little bit more, to come up a little bit more, that he can do it, but he hadn't. Did you ever pull him aside and say, listen, I know I'm not the quarterback, but I've been here, I've been through the trenches, I know what's going on? I mean, did you ever try to take him under your wing and say, this is what I learned, let me help you get there?
Always. But, some people just have to find it out on their own, because you can only say certain things, or you really can't tell somebody exactly what you want them to do, because at the end of the day, they still have to do it. So I think as the captain of the team, I did my part in just trying to take them under my wing, and Jerome did it the year before, and just telling them that this is how it needs to be done. This is the way that we can win games, and sooner or later he'll figure it out. And like I said, he's very capable of being a great player, and he can be very good here and bring this town back and this school back and help us out. He'll have to figure it out. He only got 1 year to do it, but like I said, he's very capable.
That coming from Prince-Tyson Gulley, Syracuse football alum, NFL prospect with an opportunity to move forward, hopefully coming up soon. Myself, Dan Tortora. Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora for those watching and listening in, and for those that we have had the opportunity to see and have come through Cam's Pizzeria. Cam's Pizzeria in Camillus. Also find locations in Oswego, Baldwinsville, and Lemoyne College Plaza. Make sure you go out. Tony and the team doing things completely different. As Prince knows, the cheeseburger pizza, there is no other company that makes that correctly. Let me say that much. Dan Tortora, Prince-Tyson Gulley. We'll be back in a few minutes to talk about what it means to be a captain on this team, what it means to be in a loaded backfield, and how difficult it can be for a running back to find their comfort when you have 4 different faces under center. That's all coming up, as well as some NFL talk from Prince-Tyson Gulley here from Cam's Pizzeria. We'll be back.